But the main, what's the word? The main part of festivities, so to speak, or the main part of a party, will start at around 5-6 p.m. Although expect that guests, or more of them, will be appearing sooner, including their own security details. And speaking about that, he first stops and looks at Miss Debra. Can you confirm that my, or rather yours, security clearances have been checked with hotel staff? Yes, of course, Mr. Ambassador. And yeah, then checks, and yeah, you are all in databases posting, or not that. Yeah, if just like a hotel security guy stops you, you will have you can pull out your compat. No wait, we're gonna do it differently. Normally it would work with compad. Fuck, when I'm tired, or I think I'm tired, I cannot pronounce.
It's alright.
It's even worse than normally. Anyways, yes, they are cleared, and they have IDs ready for us. Very well. And then he looks at Danny and Hugh, James. Just like to avoid troubles, having a physical ID, it's preferable. They will have them prepared at main security room, and you know where. And then it just like stands up.
Alright. So we getting those now, or?
Or rather, he responds that yes, it is best to acquire IDs. As I said, when the guests will arrive, and we are talking about 300 or 400 people sprout across 4 large but still floors, and each and every one of them will probably have at least one bodyguard or somebody regarding security detail. The, pardon my French, bureaucratic class will be quite a sight to see. So it's better.
That is a good point.
Yeah, basically I'm channeling my real life experiences. What happens when there's fantasy convention and you are fucking waiting 5 hours to get fucking accreditation and ID.
I've been to one convention. We got there before it opened, and we had to wait in line because we weren't gonna get the exclusive pass or whatever. So in other words, paying $20 to skip the line. And it took us about half an hour once the line started moving to get in.
Yep, I know this pain.
But I got so many street passes.
Okay, so yeah, Danny will keep a pace with you. He won't really jump forward and be dealt with this. Although he's also type of person that doesn't really begins with small talk. Although as you are walking, obviously it takes a few minutes. This sci-fi futuristic buildings, high-rise ones especially. He looks around, making sure that there's nobody in earshot, and quietly asks you a question, because I think he didn't last time. Mr. Jameson, I began wondering May I inquire how you get to know about our company? And like you almost feel when he speaks company, there's like air quotes, like quotes.
I was handed pretty much a business card by a friend of mine. Due to the circumstances he's in, I don't feel it's safe to say his name, even if it is his real one that I know.
He quickly notes business confidentiality. We fully understand it. So it was a recommendation then. Very well. So it is safe to assume that you yourself do not fancy you yourself you do not fancy shit. You do not fancy yourself as an assassin then?
I'm more of you tell me to go get something, I'll get it for you. More than you tell me to deal with something and I go deal with it. Which, no, isn't always stealing, but is sometimes.
He nods, understanding what you mean. Explorer. He doesn't say bounty hunter. So no,
Looter.
he like explorer slash bounty hunter slash shit. What's the word?
Excavator.
Or excavator type of guy.
Excavator is a good, nice, fancy word for it.
Indeed. Well, seeing that your friend recommended, or that's what it means, that you are basically know about us by recommendation, I'm gonna assume that you do not, even though you do not fancy yourself as an assassin, you do not shy away from violence if it has to be used.
I do not. I do see it as not the first thing to jump to, though. Mind you, in some of the circumstances I've been in these past couple weeks, it was the only choice due to who I was dealing with, but
He knows, and I understand. And you know what? You can give me a perception check.
perception 8.
It is
Average.
well. You basically he only like says understand, but like his eyes and face say something along the lines that you think your intuition tells you think you pass some sort of. Obviously, your deeds will further prove yourself in his eyes, but for now, yeah, you are seen more as a maybe not trustworthy guy, but somebody who will keep his shit together if shits go down and will be able to, cover his brother in arm.
In my defense, while out on a mission, the first thing to try to not kill me on sight was the crazy mutated beast that I befriended. Because the terrorists would have shot me on sight, the army would have shot me on sight, and that's pretty much all that I've dealt with.
Yeah.
So, I don't say that part out loud because
Yeah, I know. I assume that was out of character
Yeah.
because if he heard about some kind of beast, then he would definitely be interested, but he wouldn't show it. And then perhaps, who knows what kind of visit he would get. Yeah, anyways, you arrive at the main security room, at least for this part of high-rise building.
Mm-hmm.
You already see that there is buzz of activity, staff and security going through guest lists, preparing IDs, double checking their equipment, and they're like usually talking in groups, making sure everything is prepared. Obviously there are like 2 or 3 people at the counter, so when they are like prepared stuff, so people don't go inside security room, but like, you know, this is like a visitors area.
Yeah.
Yeah, something like in police precinct
Yeah.
when you go in and waiting area. So there are few people already, like 2, and they like at the first glance they like immediately look like another security, rather like bodyguard, but they quickly get their IDs, prepare stuff, and they move out, which leaves you to good morning, how may I help you? And of course the sound of the guy is like, maybe not exactly tired, but already sounding like he thinks his work is tedious.
Yeah. It's like, we're here for our physical IDs.
Very well. He looks at you and just like this his head looks at Dennis standing slightly behind you, but close by. Name please.
Jameson Caldell for the Ambassador of Boedo.
Okay, which is you.
Yes,
like,
remembered that without looking it up.
Yeah, Mr. Aror Brizanch. But yeah, they probably also have him under his alright, so you said wait a moment, sir, and they like go through first their computer database, and then they start pulling out like a blank card. They pull it to like almost 3D printer or something like that. It's so that there's like you see it inscribes your name, to whom you are assigned, and color, which basically will mean that probably like if there is a proper guest, then his ID will have this specific color. It's like the ID is like a credit card, so to speak, like in this specific format, or or like a business card almost, but metal and not exactly
Nifty.
and then they print it up, and then there's like when there's security lock, when you just go and security card like swipe it, they have something similar probably to, and you can give me you can give me a luck save. Okay. So there's a swipe and you barely hear it, but there is like a soft beep of like error. The guy who obviously like is in like hotel security uniform, but his face is visible. His face crunches in confusion and a little bit. Oh my god, really? More? And he just looks at you. Please wait a moment. Since we have a bug.
Understood. And then I wait a moment.
Yeah, the moment comes and goes. And this like please wait, we just need to double check. And then in the background you see like somebody comes and picks up the phone and calls somebody. He doesn't really speak too loud, so you don't know whom he called. And then he comes back and says, well, Mr. Ambassador confirmed that you are his bodyguard. Pardon for our... he doesn't say that. That you're his bodyguard. And then he just like decides, fuck it, and gives you this ID. Just word of note. Did he say that? No, he doesn't say that, but you can make me a security check to see if you'll be able to figure it out.
9!
Yeah, basically what he said, like, here's your security card and he gives it to you and he expects that you are done with him. Surprisingly, no trouble comes with Denny. Or Danny. And the ID is even with his name, although you might be wondering that if it's really his true name. After all, assassin guy. But yeah, with security 9, you think that if they fixed it, it should be okay, but if they just decide to wave hand and just give you ID to be done, it is still valid, but in case you want to go to a part of hotel which requires like swiping your ID, even if you've normally had access, then it might trigger because apparently something's not exactly. So basically this has like a very small chance of causing false alarm.
Hey, that could be used as a distraction if needed. Just go swipe my card over and over again until it triggers an alarm.
True. Who says that distraction will be used by you or your ally?
Yeah, well, I'm saying if I need to cause a distraction, I can do it. But then again, if I need to cause a distraction, I could probably find other ways to do it too.
But yeah.
That's one thing that I'm probably going to be very good at, is causing distractions. Hey everybody, shoot B!
Товарищ блядь, rush B. Anyways, and that's not counting stuff, but yeah, that might be happening in the background regarding this bug or something like that, but I don't know if I'm gonna use it. Anyways, as you receive your IDs, then says that before returning he will just do a quick patrol on the eastern side, just to make sure.
Alright. I'll look around the west then.
Okay. Are you poking around that area where last time you found the special forces guy?
I'll walk by it at least.
Yeah, so nobody's going around it. Sorry.
Because it was in the stairs, so I could just take the stairs.
Yeah, I had to sneeze. So I had to stop talking for a moment. So the doors are obviously closed and nobody's coming in or out. It looks very quiet. And you... No, because it will be too obvious. So you don't see new addition or any sort of electronic lock. But if they are not stupid, intuition tells you that they probably locked the door, and if they are waiting before start, they probably barricaded it from the inside. Or reinforced it.
Yeah, I keep going. Just kind of glance at the door as I'm walking by.
Okay, unless you're doing patrol, give me, or rather first I'm gonna make a roll myself, and then... Okay.
You're not allowed to do that.
Of course I am. I mean, if my guys, my NPCs are doing stuff. Okay, they are professionals, they have time, although maybe not too much. Why religion?
I don't know. I was just looking through the skills, like, oh, there's a religion skill. That's an interesting.
Actually, if you want description, because the skills are described in a book, so religion is usually used to... characters trained in theology and familiar with the more common or notorious religious sects on the surrounding worlds. So it's good in case you want to know if there's like a religious cult going around, if you know something about them.
Okay.
It is perhaps it would be a very good skill if somebody plays like a cult infiltrator or cultist.
So it's basically like knowledge religion for the sci-fi.
Yeah.
However useful that may be.
Yeah, depends on the situation. Although, yeah, knowledge religion in Pathfinder is probably like generally useful because it can be used to discern undead enemies and whatnot. Anyways, you can make perception against 11.
Perception against 11. There you are. Seven! Yay!
Okay,
I'm going to be saving my... wait, was it one of them once per hour?
If you want to use your expert ability, it's like a charm, so once per hour you can reroll it, or because you have perception plus 1, twice per session you can decide you got 12 on a dice.
I will go ahead and re-roll it. And still get 7.
I mean, that's the expert, you can